Hello, everyone. My name is Dr. Jay Smart, and I am the chair of psychology here at Miami University. And this video is just a quick guide to our major, and really has kind of two purposes. If you're a student here writing the psych major, just gives you an idea about the structure of the major and the requirements and also the opportunities. If you're a prospective student, again, it gives you an idea about how psychology works at Miami, and it gives you an idea of the lay of the land for that. So let's get started. So first off, psychology is a flexible major and presents a lot of opportunities. And part of that's because psychology was known as a hub science, which is the idea that it either branches out to other areas or many areas have components that can be influenced or helpful to psychology. Either way you want to look at that, that's fine. The major itself is about 40 hours. Most students take between 40 and 43 credit hours. And that's not a very large major. Remember, if you're at Miami, the goal is 124 hours total. So this still gives you time to do other things, pick up other interests as you're going through, really making this combination unique for you at Miami. What you'll get from the major is a breadth of knowledge through both our intro course and our breadth requirements, which I'll talk about shortly. You'll get a depth of knowledge through our upper level courses, and you'll get a skill set through our stat and method curriculum, which is both useful in academic settings, clearly, but also in career settings. A lot of the skills and things that you'll pick up as a major are things that are sought after by employers, and we'll talk about this again shortly. Starting off with Psych 111, which is the intro course for most majors. This is Introduction to the Field of Psychology, and you can fulfill that either by taking 111 from us, or EDP 101, which is through our sister major in educative psychology, or if you have AP or College Credit Plus courses, those also can count. However you do this, everyone does need to take 112. The difference between 112 and 111 is 112 is introduction to the major. So it's kind of a course version of what we're doing in this video. It also introduces you to the research process by allowing you to participate in research and just see what it feels like on the ground level for that. So 112 is very useful. For first year students, you will be taking 112M because it also includes some introduction to university material. But everyone, 112 basically lets you know kind of the resources and the possibilities that being a psych major allows you to have. Next is our skill set. I want to talk about this really quickly because this is the only piece of the major you have to take in a particular order. That is, you have to take stats from the stats department, that's stat 261. You have to take psych 293, which is psychological stats. And then you take writing and research methods, which is our psych 294. And these three courses give you kind of the core set of skills that we believe every psychologist should have for that. And the other thing is that these courses also satisfy university and college level requirements, that being formal reasoning, quantitative literacy, and advanced writing. So you're getting a lot of bang for the buck. And you'll find that at Miami, a lot of courses do that, but they count for a number of things for that. The third part is our upper level requirement. And what that is you need 4 upper level courses, 2 at the 300 level and 2 under 400 level, ideally. One of those can be a capstone, and this is where I have to take a quick diversion because our major is a little bit different depending on the year you're in. So, if you're a senior, you have both an area focus requirement, which is basically taking a set of courses that are themed, that we'll talk about, and you have to take a capstone from the psychology department. It's built into the major. For sophomores and juniors, you no longer have an area focus requirement, but you do still have the psychology capstone requirement. That is, your capstone has to be through us. For incoming first years, you no longer have the area focus requirement, and you no longer have to take a capstone from us in psychology. You can, but it is not a have to. And that's just to give some more flexibility because the capstone is actually a university requirement rather than a major requirement. So we were trying to give things, help people have some options in terms of what they want to do for their senior capstone. So, a quick note, the course listings you see here, these are all from our bulletin page. And so if you want to go to the Miami University Bulletin, you can see all this laid out in one place. All right, so let's talk about the breadth requirement. The breadth requirement is there because psychology, again, is such a broad field. And a lot of times people don't know exactly what they want to do with it. And so what we have people do, all our majors do, is take one course in each area before deciding to focus on something. And our core areas are biopsychology, which is this page, cognitive, developmental, individual, and social by alphabetical order. For those that still need it, any of these can be an area of focus in the major. So, starting with biopsychology, which is the physiological underpinnings of behavior and thought. You see the coursework here. These courses also are dovetail with our neuroscience co-major and our neuroscience minor, which is in that. And the one thing I do want to mention is it's a great opportunity for seniors who want to get some research experience and may not have had a chance to do that before then. This is called the BERT-BN program, and you apply for this in your junior year. And it's a set of 3 courses you take in your senior year that basically walks you through the entire research process, from ideation to skill learning to actually doing the study to presenting over the 3 semesters. And you basically get a concentrated course-based research experience that is still hands-on as if you were in a lab for that. And you can do both, but this is just a great opportunity if you're interested. And you can talk to either our neuroscience faculty, Dr. Quinn, who's at the bottom of the screen, or Dr. Radke, who's at the top of the screen there, and both of them give you more insight into the program. Next is cognitive, and cognitive is kind of the workhorse. It's the how we think, the mechanisms behind how we think. So in this area, we look at attention, perception, memory, language, decision-making, problem-solving, motor control, all those things that help us interact with our environment, understand the things around us. And so really these set of courses help us understand how we take information, deal with it, and use it to guide our behavior. Next is developmental, and developmental essentially is looking at how these different skills that we just mentioned grow and expand and develop over the lifespan. And the one that I want to say here is that our intro course, which is Psych 231, is a lifespan course, which means it goes from birth to adulthood. So if you're transferring a course in, make sure that it matches, because our intro class is a lifespan course. We do have age-specific group courses later on, but the intro course is a lifespan course. Individual, this would be our clinical area, our mental health area. And it's looking at both how do we maintain it, what happens when there's issues with it, how do we treat it, and really what I really like about the faculty in our department is really talking about how do we destigmatize it, that it is no different from having any other form of illness when it occurs, and just the same, there are treatments that work in the same way. So really it is a component of human life. It's how we do, and so we look at both aspects of that in the department. So again, here's a set of courses for that as well. Finally, social, and again this is by alphabet, is looking at again the individual, but how context impacts how the individual processes things like preferences, opinions, traits, and really how does the presence of others or social settings or work settings or group settings, how does that impact how we process information and how do we understand those contexts? So again, these are all very useful areas to delve into, and you can touch upon all these. So you can kind of see why we have people do a little bit of everything, because there's such a breadth of knowledge that we can get out of psychology. For those that still need the area of focus, we also have 3 that are just kind of combination ones that we dovetail to kind of more applied work. So we have our culture and diversity, which is a mix of social, developmental, individual courses. And this is a great choice if you're interested in working in diverse communities or maybe human resources. We have our decisions, leadership and organizations one, which if you're interested in more workplace or teamwork aspects of that, and it's a mix of courses. For those that still have this, it does appear separately, and it appears separately because it has 2 base courses as opposed to the other areas focus that only have 1. And again, I would say if you have questions, talk to our lead department advisor about it. The third is persuasion, intervention, and behavioral change. And this is a mix of social developmental cognitive courses. And this is great if you're interested in maybe marketing or policy aspects of psychology. This is a great set of courses for that. So that's pretty much the major. So what I want to talk about a little bit now is shifting us to how do we make this something that moves us forward past our experience at Miami. So the first thing is understanding what we as psychologists bring to the table. And so what I have here on the screen is just a list of the skills that you develop in the major and on the other side, skills sought by employers. And I'm going to give you a second to look at this. What do you notice here? The key concept, and I want you guys to take this away from this, and you'll have time to look at this later if you want to come back to it, is that the skills developed in our major and the skills sought by employers are nearly the same. So when people ask what can you do with psychology, it's really hard to answer straight because there's so much you can do with it because the skills map right onto the needs that many employers have. So I want you to keep that in mind, but we will try to help you. So what I have next are a couple of pathways that we can look at for that. And again, this is something you can look back a little bit later. I just wanted to sort of give you examples. Again, in the block there is just a reminder of the skills that you get in the major. And then if you're interested in particular pathways, here's what a set of courses might look like. So what you see is a set of core courses, a set of electives, and a set of courses outside of psychology that can also add to this. So again, trying to see not only what can you do in a major, but how can you use the university resources to help you build that portfolio. Another example is if you're interested in working with children. And again, you can see kind of the set of courses that go with that. And again, a set of core courses, a set of electives, a set of courses outside the major that can also help. The third one, cognitive science, is more experimental. This is kind of where I live in my work. Again, core courses, some electives, and some outside the major courses that you can take. And the key here is that for each of these sets, it's basically understanding how these combinations give you the knowledge that you can tailor to a particular career path that you may be interested in. Working in business or industry, again, same kind of idea. And then finally, the one that we always get asked, so I've thought about this, forensic science. We do not have a specific forensic science program, but we do have the underpinnings and the knowledge bases that most people that do this field use. And so I just want to give you a couple options here. The other thing are there are some potential minors, if you look at the bottom of the screen, that can also enhance this. And the combination is very effective if you're interested in this particular field. So hope that gives you an idea of not only just what the major is like, but what you can do after, and how do you bridge your knowledge to what you need in the next step. Finally, what do we do outside the major? So we talk all about courses, but there's so many opportunities outside the major. We are extremely research active faculty. All of our faculty are doing research, use undergraduates in our research. You can get involved as soon as you can. And it's not just our faculty, but for our grad students. You can find a list of the research labs on our psychology webpage. Also, through we have a peer mentoring center in the building called the CPI that can also give you an idea about those things. We'll have open houses at the beginning of every semester that basically showcase all the labs and groups and opportunities, including career services, that you can engage in while here. This year, those will happen on the 4th of September and the 5th of February for this academic year. We also have opportunities for doing independent research and thesis work for that. We have several student interest groups, and actually a couple that just got created this past year. So those will also have tables at open house. As I mentioned, we have student peer advising, and we have two honor societies, both Psych-Hi, which is National Honor Society of Psychology, and Neurosci, which is National Honor Society in Neuroscience. So beyond that, we also have two bachelor's, master's programs, one with social work, family science and social work, that allows you to be a psych undergrad major and move directly into a master's in social work program. We're also launching a PSY BA MA program that will start, our first cohort will be the fall of 27. So if you're interested in that, please talk to your advisor or talk to our lead advisor in the department. We have two co-majors, neuroscience and pre-art therapy. And there's also lots of related majors, sociology, philosophy, anthropology, organizational leadership, linguistics. All those things tie very nicely with psychology, and for the most part are housed in the College of Arts and Science, so it makes it very convenient for that. If you have questions, there's some email addresses there. You can either contact the department in general, advise in specific, or if you're interested in our master's pathway, there's an email for that as well. So hopefully this was useful, give you a quick overview of what it's like to be a psych major at Miami. And if you're in the building, stop by. I'm on the first floor. You can't miss me. And take care, everyone.